I can hear you. I don't recall dismissing you. So stay where you are. I can hear it. Smell it. That blood rushing through your body. I want it. Give it to me. Your body's mine. All of it. Look at me, beloved. Beloved? Hey, focus on me, baby. Shh, just listen to my voice for a second, okay? You made some illusions in your sleep again. Do you think you can dispel them yet? That's okay. Give yourself a moment to get your bearings. There we go, baby. Good job. No, none of that. You don't have to apologize for something you couldn't control, beloved. No buts. This isn't something you need to be sorry for, okay? Do you want me to let go now? I can give you some space. Of course I can. Come here. How are we feeling? That's certainly better than nothing. Is me holding you helping at all? I could grab you a blanket if that would help. Unless me being cold is a good thing right now. Well, I will admit, you're a bit warmer than usual given the adrenaline rush you're coming down from. But you feel good pressed against me, so I guess we balance each other out. Was it a nightmare? Do you want to talk about it? Beloved, it was bad enough that your body triggered its magic while you were unconscious. I understand if you'd rather not talk about it, that's never going to be an issue. But don't think you have to hold everything in, especially not for my sake. I'm here for you. It's not conditional, and it never will be. Of course, I'll hold you as long as you need. Take your time. No problem. You ready now? Alright, tell me what happened. Oh. And I bit you. That certainly explains the illusions then. I could, but they weren't as clear as your usual work. It was more like I could see snapshots of the nightmare from your perspective, but it was as if they were moving impressions rather than stable images. I already told you, no apologies, beloved. Your heart's racing again. Should I, do you want me to let go of you? Are you sure? I understand if me being right here is... Okay then, I'll stay put. Say that again, baby. Oh, sorry about that. I had stepped out to take a phone call, was all. I didn't want to accidentally wake you up if I could help it, so I took the call to the kitchen instead. No, nothing for the flower shop. They shouldn't need me again until tomorrow night at the earliest. I wasn't sure if it was going to be important, but I'd rather play it safe than sorry, you know? Do you want me to grab? Yes, but that's not important. My intention's on you right now, I promise. Beloved, I'm supposed to be tending to you and your needs right now. It's bad enough I wasn't in here sooner. The last thing I want to do is drag you into this while you're coming down from a nightmare. I know this. Is that the angle you're going with? I suppose you're right. You're sure you want to hear about this stuff? Okay. Desiree called me, which isn't unusual in itself, I guess, but at this hour was a bit surprising. They'd like to organize a meeting with me in regards to a shift in the vampiric community. That's how they worded it, at least. Kind of? Well, maybe concerning isn't the right word. It's kind of complicated. If there were any concerns about the well-being or safety of vampires, Desiree would have said as much. But it's more so a shift in the same way me becoming a crown was, I think. It's all still confusing at this point without more clarification. An incident involving another dynasty in the city. Did you hear about the motel complex that burned down the other day? Yeah. According to Desiree, it was the dynasty's estate, as provided by the then crown. There was some sort of altercation with a rival dynasty or something, and the other dynasty set the whole place ablaze. There was no saving it. It seems like, for the most part, only other vampires know the details behind what really happened. No, it wasn't to warn me about the rival dynasty. I mean, that would be good information to have in general, and I'm sure we'll have a conversation about it at some point. But they were more concerned with bringing this to my attention because of what happened to the dynasty's crown. No, beloved, they're not dead. I'm sorry, I realized how the phrase then crown would have given that impression. The crown was dethroned. Yeah, which, wasn't a thing I knew could happen. Desiree says it's not exactly common, but individual dynasties have their own rules and systems for doing things, so I shouldn't really be surprised. The other vampire hadn't even been a crown long before all this happened. According to Desiree's intel, they'd only been in the position for 2 months now, which is part of why I think Desiree would like me to meet them eventually. In the grand scheme of things, I'm still a fairly inexperienced crown, at least where it matters. So maybe I could, I don't know, offer insight or something. Of the dethroned crown? Yeah, their name is Salem Knight. They've only been a vampire as long as they've been a crown. Can't even imagine how they must be feeling right now. I'm sorry. Did you say something, beloved? Ah, sorry. That's a bit of a loaded question, my love. I'm just... All of this just makes me scared over my position again. When I start to feel like maybe I'm getting a grasp on what it means to be a crown, it feels like something new unearths itself in order to put me back on edge. Desiree says I have nothing to worry about, that that dynasties are individual in nature, and that customs vary so much that I should put the fear out of my mind. Yeah, I can't help but be. Thanks to Serena, I've met a handful of crowns, but how can I be sure I'm effectively using this position? What makes me someone who's competent enough to lead or to protect anyone but myself? And what do I do if another dynasty tries to cause problems for one of my vampires, or God forbid, outright attacks one of them? What happens when we run into trouble with a vampire who's older and more skilled with the notoriety to get them whatever they want? Oh, while I'm standing there, a quivering mess with nothing but a worthless label to show for it, and I'm sorry. Yes, your hands on my face give me something else to focus on. Can I just have a second to breathe? Yeah, better. I can actually hear my own thoughts again. They're saying that I will figure this out, and that getting myself worked up isn't as helpful as my body would like to believe it is. I suppose that is a good point. Desiree doesn't strike me as the type to waste time on people, especially when it comes to vampiric affairs. The reminder is much appreciated, beloved. Come here. Do you want to try going back to sleep? You don't have to. It's alright if you're still a bit on edge after the nightmare. You could. Or you could simply lay here with me and wait for sleep to claim you instead. It certainly wouldn't be the first time you've done so. I wouldn't offer if I minded, beloved, I'm sure. Alright, let's get you into a comfortable position then. Careful, you're gonna knock the pillow off the bed. And don't forget to pull the blanket closer. I want you staying warm. Comfy? Good. Do you want to listen to me talk about something while you drift back to sleep? I'm sure that, combined with the rain and the lullaby that is my heartbeat, will be quite the drowsy cocktail to your senses. All right, let's see. This is a sillier topic, but I've been trying to settle on what might be my favorite song by the Family Crest. There's a lot of good contenders, admittedly, which is making this far more difficult than I anticipated. Like Passing Ships has a certain charm to it, mainly because of the way the chorus and bridge blend into each other. We Evaporate pulls me in more given the piano at the start, almost hypnotizing me into an idle sway as a passion leaks into it. A song like Baby You've Got Your Legs really draws you in slowly, keeps you sauntering as the song progresses, a tasteful cautionary tale for the listener. But then, in a direct contrast, the mighty